أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope everyone is well and jazakumullah for everyone to arrive on time. We will start with our daily prayer. If our co-host could please unmute the mic and choose a student.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can student G2 721 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam, G2 721. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you okay to do the daily prayers with us today?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we start with Tawuz, then Tasmiyah, and then we'll do the daily prayer. So if you repeat after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Very good. And today we are on Wednesday, so we'll do Wednesday's prayer. Rabbi allimni ma huwa khayrun indak.
ربي علمني ما هو خير عندك.
Very good. And can you do the translation, please?
Oh my Lord, teach me what is best for me in your knowledge.
Jazakumullah, thank you so much. So as we all know, the class etiquettes, now we're after half term. Alhamdulillah, that means half the course is done. Please make sure that everybody is in wudu and they have clean clothes on, they've covered their heads. You should be in a quiet place with your parent present. And please, if you have not signed in with the correct ID, please make sure you rename yourself and use your correct ID. Okay, we have an announcement about the Jalsa on Friday. So if our Jalsa in charge is available, could you give the announcement?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Sorry about my voice. I will be sharing my screen if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. As you are aware, we will be having our G2 Jalsa Yawm Muslih Maud on this Friday. And we like our students to participate in the Jalsa by sending us their recordings for the different activities. Okay, and Alhamdulillah, we received quite a few recordings for Tilawat, for Nazm, and they were all very beautiful. We really enjoyed listening to them. So I'm just going to announce the IDs of the selected students for each activity. I hope they are present in the class. We will contact you individually as well, in case anyone is not present here at the moment. So for Tilawat, we have selected student G2 693. Inshallah, you will be doing Tilawat this Friday. We will have a short rehearsal before the Jalsa. So we'll have rehearsal at 5 and then the Jalsa will start at 6. So yeah, those of you who are going to be participating in the activities, please make sure to attend the rehearsal as well. For translation, we have selected student G2 646. For Hadith, we have selected student G2 632. For prophecy, 4 students will read a small part of the prophecy, so I'll show that in a bit. And for Nazm, we have selected student G2 691. So if you heard your ID or if you see your ID on the screen, please make sure to attend the rehearsal on Friday at 5 p.m. Okay, so for the Tilawat student, you know that you will be reciting Surah Al-Jummah, verse 1 to 5. For translation, it's the translation of the same verses. For Hadith, we will just have the English, but remember to read the Root Sharif before and after the Hadith. And we have Nazm from Kalam Mahmud, because it's Jalsa Yawm Muslim out, so it's appropriate that we recite one of the Nazms written by Hazur Rizlat Anhu himself. So this is the Nazm we have selected. Okay, so prophecy, it's quite big. I have divided it into 4 parts. G2 691. You will start off the prophecy, okay, and the section on the screen is what you will be reading. So in the actual presentation, it's not all on the same page, so hopefully it won't be so confusing. We have 3 boxes on one slide, okay, but altogether each student will go through 6 boxes. So G2693, you will be reading the second part of the prophecy. Again, these 6 boxes, and they will appear on 2 different slides. When we do the rehearsal, hopefully you'll get the hang of it. It's not difficult at all. Okay, so the third student to read the prophecy is going to be G2 646. Okay, again, you'll have 6 boxes. And last student, G2 632. So I will after the class, I will send you your separate parts as well of the prophecy, so you can practice. And then, so you have tonight and tomorrow to practice, and then on Friday as well. And then when you come in for rehearsal, then if there's anything that needs fixing or anything, we can sort it out then. I need to announce one more thing. Let me just share the screen. So as you know that in our Jalsas in G1, G2, G3, we always have quiz at the end. Okay, and we want the students to enjoy the quiz. So that's why what we do is we tell you the questions beforehand, and we also tell you where you can find the answers to those questions. Okay, so yeah, so for the younger kids, if you are 7, 8 years old, you are allowed to write the answers down. And for those who are a bit older, you should try to remember the answers. And I'll just tell you where you can find the answers. So the answers can be found in the presentation, which will be delivered during the Jalsa, as well as this book. Okay, so there's a book called Basics of Religious Education. You can find the PDF version of this book on Al-Islam. It has been linked here as well. Okay, and you can find the answers specifically in part 7 of the book. Okay, and the section is called Promised Messiah and His Successors. Okay, so there are 15 questions in total, and next to each question, in brackets, we have given the page reference where you can find the answer. Okay, so Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad Razila Ta'ala Anhu is also known as, so all of his titles, he has quite a few titles. You can find all of them on page 244 to page 266. Okay, who was his father, Hazrat Muslim Maud Razila Ta'ala Anhu's father? You can find the answer to this question on page 266. How many signs are there in this prophecy? You'll be able to find it in the presentation, so you have to listen carefully to the presentation as well. Okay, so you can see all of these questions, and next to the question, it says where the answer is, or where you can find the answer. This PDF will be uploaded to the G2 Google Drive as well. Okay, so you can access it after the class, and please do try to find the answers before Friday, before Jalsa, okay? So that you're not lost when we are doing the quiz. So yeah, that's it. Jazakumullah MT. I'll hand back to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Jazakumullah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Excellent. Jazakumullah. Jazakumullah, Jalsa in charge. I hope everyone's noted down all the appropriate information and relevant information, and inshallah, looking forward to the Jalsa on Friday. Okay, so in today's class, what will we be covering? We've had an assembly, we had a slightly longer announcement today, but we will be looking at the rule in focus, which is a revision today of lessons 15, 16, and 17. Which we will go over in a moment. Our practice text is still chapter 26 of the Holy Quran, and today we will be looking, inshallah, at verses 147 to 156. And we will also be covering some hard words of Beloved towards the end of the lesson, and then we will finish off with your homework, inshallah. Okay, so we first are going to go on to the revision of the normal elongation, it's the Quran again, of the normal elongation which you have looked at previously. Okay, so we're just going to go through some revision slides today. So normal elongation. Mud is an Arabic word. It means to lengthen or prolong. There are 3 letters known as haruful mud, which is the Arabic term. And in English, they are known as letters of prolongation. Haruful mud cause prolonging of sounds when they come after certain strokes. Alif mud is an alif which comes after a fatha. A ya mud is a ya sakin, a ya with a sukoon, ya sakin after a letter with a kasra. And waw mad is a waw sakin, a waw with a sukoon, after a letter which has a dhamma. All of these are normal elongation. Haruful mad make the sound of the short stroke prolong to 2 counts. So here are some examples. We've already looked at these, but some examples of haruful mad. So for example, here we have alif mad, which is an alif next to a letter with a fatha. Just make it slightly bigger for you. Okay, so that will go on to 2 counts. So we would say ra, 2 counts. Okay, here an example of a waw mad, which is a waw with a sukoon and the letter before has a dhamma. So we would say tu for 2 counts. And here, another example, we have a ya with a sukoon. This is a ya mad, because the letter before has a kasra, so we would say si. Okay, so let's look at some of these examples. Just a second. Here we have some examples of words. Okay, so here we have an example of alif mad, so we would say khalaqin, khalaqin. An example of alif mad. Here we have an example of waw mad, so we'd say musin, musin. Okay, and here we have an example. Let's look at this one of ya mad. So we would say alladhina, alladhina. Okay, so those are your haruful mad, your letters of normal elongation. Okay, now you've also looked at soft elongation, madelin. Okay, lean is an Arabic word and it means to soften or to ease. Ooh. Sorry, I don't know what's going on today with my computer. So there are 2 letters known as haruful lean. That is the Arabic term, haruful lean. Okay, in English they are called letters of ease. Letters of ease. Haruful lean cause easing of a maftu letter into them. Okay, what that means is, for example, we have ya leen. A ya leen is a ya sakin, which is preceded by a letter with a fatha. You ease the sound for 2 counts. Okay. You then have waw leen, which is a waw sakin preceded by a fatha. Again, you ease the sound for 2 counts. Okay. Here are some examples of letters of leen or huruful leen. Let's look at this one first. Okay, within this, you have an example of a waw leen and a ya leen. How do we say this? We would say this alif, we see this alif with the fatha, followed by a waw with a sukun, so a waw sakin. We know it is a waw leen because the letter before has a fatha. We would say aw, 2 counts, right? Now here we have a ya with a sukun. The letter before has a fatha, so we know that this is a ya leen. Again, we will say this for 2 counts. Hey, hey. Okay, if we're going to put that together as a word, aw hayna, aw hayna. Okay, so here again, some examples of waw leen and ya leen. Let's just read this one here, and we have yusqawna, yusqawna. And an example of ya leen here, we have haythu, haythu. Okay, so that is an example of ya leen and waw leen, letters of ease, huruful leen. Okay, so that's lesson 16. Now lesson 17 is hamza sakin, right? So some of the words of the Holy Quran contain an alif or a hamza sakin. That is an alif or a hamza with a sukun on top. Okay, so here you can see some examples. We have an alif with a sukun on top. Here we have a hamza with a sukun on top. Okay, and here again we have a hamza with a sukun on top, which is sitting on top of a waw. But it's the hamza which is important, the thing on top of the waw, the letter on top of the waw. Right? When we are saying this, or we are joining to the hamza, it should be pronounced with a soft jerk from the bottom of the throat. The reciter must ensure that it's not exchanged with the ayn sound. So, for example, here we would say ta, ta, a soft jerk from the bottom of the throat. Right? If we were saying it in a word, we would say akhta'na. Akhta'na, a very soft jerk here. Okay, let's look at this example here. Jit, jit, very soft jerk from the bottom of the throat. Jitana, jitana. Okay, and another example here, we have a ta with a dhamma, and then we're followed by a hamza, so we would have to, to, and the word tu'minuna, tu'minuna. So when you have a hamza or an alif with a sukun on top, you have to join the previous letter to it with a very soft jerking sound. Okay, a very soft jerking sound. Okay. Okay, so it was just revision today. You've done all of these things before. It was just looking over and making sure that you remember and understand these important rules. Okay, we are now going to go on to our Quran revision, or our Quran recitation, I should say. Okay, so if we have a student on the mic, I will recite a verse or 2 verses, and then the student can recite after me. So, co-host, could we please have a student on the mic?
Yes, sure. Can student G2 650 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum G2650.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good.
Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Are you ready to do recitation with me?
Yes.
Excellent. If we start with Tawuz and Tasniya, and then I will recite, and then you can recite afterwards.
Okay. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Well done. Okay, so I will recite the first verse, and then you can have a go. Okay, and if you need me to break it down, I can break it down for you. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أتتركون فيما هاهنا آمنين. You want to have a go?
Yes.
Okay.
Tutrakuna fima huna amini.
Very good effort. Well done. You were saying all of the letters correctly. You can recognize all the letters. You were recognizing your fattas and you were recognizing your dhammas. So what you really need to work on now is making sure you're prolonging or elongating the words which have letters of mad next to them. So for example, here we have a waw mad, okay? Because it's a waw with a sukoon and the letter before has a dhamma. So we need to say this for 2 seconds or 2 counts. So we would say ku.
Ku.
Very good. Kuna.
Kuna.
Very good. Okay, again here we have a ya mad because the letter before has a kasra underneath. So again we would say fi for 2 seconds.
Fi.
Very good. Again here, alif mad because it's a blank alif, the letter before has a fatha. So we say ma.
Ma.
Very good. Now here we have a vertical fatha. This is also for how many counts? Do you remember?
No.
2 counts. 2 counts or 2 beats. Okay, and we have another one here. So each of these letters also we need to prolong for 2 counts. Ha, ah. Okay, and again here we have a yamad. So again, this is 2 seconds. Ni. So there's quite a lot going on in this verse where we have to prolong many of the sounds. Now this little wavy stroke here means we need to prolong or elongate for about 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, so let's have another go. I'll break it down with you and you can recite after me. Okay. Atutrakuna.
Atutrakuna.
Fima.
Fima.
Hahuna.
Huna.
Aminin.
Aminin.
Very good. Let's try that once more. Atutrakuna fima hahuna aminin. Okay.
Atutrakuna fima huna aminin.
Very good. Excellent. You're really concentrating and making sure that you elongated all of those sounds properly. Well done. Let's move on to the next verse, okay? Fi jannatin wa uyun.
Fi jannatin
Really, really good. Much better with your elongation there. Well done. Okay, so you elongated properly here. You elongated properly here. That was really good. And you elongated here as well, with the vertical fatha here. That was really good. Now, this is a noon gunna. That's a noon with a shadda on the top. So when you join to it, you need to hold on that sound and make a nasal sound for about 2 seconds as well. So just listen carefully. We would say Jannati.
Jannati.
Very good. So you should actually feel the air coming out of your nose when you're holding on this sound. Jannati.
Jannati.
Very good. You did your idgham there as well. So I was going to move on to that next. So you say, and you have to make sure here as well, there's a partial nasal sound here, right? Jannatin wa.
Jannatin wa.
Very good. Do you want to try that verse once more?
Yes.
Okay, off you go.
Fi jannatin wa uyun.
Very good. So just make sure that when you join here, that you elongate with the vertical fatha as well. But that was really good. You really tried to focus and make sure that you made those sounds correctly. Well done. Let's move on. Wazuru wa nakhlin tal'uha hadim. Okay.
Wazuru wa nahlin tal'uha hazim.
Really good effort. Well done. Excellent. Let's try it once more. Make sure that you elongate only where there's a letter of elongation or a stroke, which tells you to make the sound longer. Okay? So we'll try that once more. Wazuru wa nakhlin tal'uha hazim.
Wazuru wa najlin nakhlin hal uha hazim.
Very good. You're really, really concentrating now, making sure that you make those elongated sounds, okay? So whenever you're practicing, look really carefully. If you need to make elongated sounds, if you see a letter of mud, which means you need to prolong the sound for 2 seconds, you really need to focus on that, because if we don't say these things correctly, we could be changing the meaning of the Arabic words, which we don't want to do. Okay, so really good recitation, G2650. Just keep practicing and paying a lot of attention to the elongated strokes and sounds. Okay, well done. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah khairan.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
And student G2666, come to the mic, please.
G2666. Assalamu alaikum. G2666, can you hear me? If they're not answering, if we could try someone else.
And student G2695, unmute their mic.
Assalamu alaikum, G2695.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are
Alhamdulillah.
you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakallah for asking. Are you understanding everything in the lesson okay?
Yes.
Excellent. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, I will recite and then you can recite after me.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good, well done. So I'll recite the verse and then you can have a go. If you need me to break it down, just tell me and I will break it into smaller parts and then you can recite it then. Okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وتنحتون من الجبال بيوتا فارهين.
وتنحتون من الجبال بيوتا فارهين.
Really good effort. You made sure that you elongated or prolonged the sounds at the correct times. So you had a waw mad here because the letter before has a dhamma. You had an alif mad here because the letter before it's a blank alif with a fatha before. And you had another waw mad here. And you had a ya mad over here. And you were making sure that you prolonged those haruful mad, letters of prolongation. Okay, you also made sure that you elongated at this vertical fatha. So that was really good as well. Okay, so here we just need to make sure that we make a nasal sound for our tanween. So that needs to just be a little bit clearer. Okay, so let's try it once more. So here we have buyutan farihin. Okay, so try once more.
Where should I start from?
If you start from the beginning.
Okay. وتنحتون من الجبال بيوتا فارهين.
Very, very good. Well done. Excellent. So we're going to go on to the next verse. فاتقوا الله وأطيعون. Excuse me.
الله وأطيعون.
Very good. Excellent. Well done. Again, you elongated here correctly. You made sure that you were looking out for your ya mad here and your waw mad here and prolonging the sounds. Okay, that was really good. So here you did really well. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 blank letters here, right? So you recognized and you listened carefully to see that I was joining the qaf here to the lam here. Okay, so you need to ignore all these letters in the middle. So that was really good. So I'm going to recite it once more and then I want you to have one more go. Okay? فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُونَ. Very good. Well done. Really lovely recitation, G2 695. You're making sure that you're reciting really carefully, which is really important because we don't want to change meanings of words. You really focused and made sure that you looked at all of the letters of elongation and that your joining was correct as well, that you were missing out silent letters or letters that had no stroke. So that was really good. So keep practicing. You're doing really, really well. Keep practicing, and your flow will improve as you move along as well. Okay, Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. If we could have another student, please.
And student G2 656, come to the mic, please.
G2 656.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakumullah for asking. Can we start with Tawud and Tasmiyah and then we'll begin?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done. So I will recite the verse and then I want you to have a go reciting afterwards. Okay? وَلَا تُطِيعُوا أَمْرَ الْمُسْرِفِينَ. From here.
ولا تطيعوا أمر المسرفين.
Really, really good. Well done. Excellent. You broke your voice broke on the sound just slightly. Could you just do it once more? Because I missed this section. Your voice was breaking. Once more.
ولا تطيعوا أمر المسرفين.
Very good. You made sure you elongated your ruful mad. You had your alif mad here. You had your ya mad here. You had the waw mad, but you also remembered that this stroke here means you need to elongate even more. You need to prolong the sound even more. And you did that for a good 3 seconds. So well done. Your joining was really good and you were very clear in all of your letters. Excellent. So we're going to go on to the next verse. Okay. الذين يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون.
الذين يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون.
Very good. I think you even did that in one breath. Did you take a breath in the middle?
No.
No, you didn't. Excellent. Really, really good, mashallah. Try it once more from here.
الذين يفسدون في الأرض ولا يصلحون.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a hard one to do all in one breath, but you did really, really well. And this is something for all of our students. This is what we need to all be working for. Okay, working forwards to try and taking a really deep breath and try to recite our whole section or as much of our section as possible in that one breath. If we make a break, we need to stop and we need to start again. Okay, so that's what we're working towards. Mashallah, G2 656, beautiful recitation. You did really well. You concentrated on all of the strokes. You made sure that all of your letters of elongation, again, we had a ya mad here, we had a waw mad here, we had an alif mad over here, and you did those all properly as well. You made sure that you were prolonging your sounds correctly. So well done. Jazakumullah, keep practicing and keep up the good work. Jazakumullah, thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Okay, if we could have another student, please.
Just before we call the next student, can I remind the students about the attendance form?
The attendance form in the chat box. Students, please make sure that the co-host today has reminded you that make sure you go into the chat box and put your attendance into the attendance form there. Okay, Jazakumullah. Thank you.
Okay, can student G2 693 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum, G2 693.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Good, alhamdulillah. And you?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I'm well. Jazakumullah for asking. Understanding everything okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. So I will start from here. And then I will ask you to repeat after me. Could you start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, please?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
MashaAllah, well done. قالوا إنما أنت من المسحرين.
قالوا إنما أنت من السحر.
Very nice. Well done. Jazakumullah. How many seconds do we need to pronounce these for?
3 to 4 seconds.
Excellent. Good. I think your computer sound went a little bit when you were reciting this. Could you just do it once more for me, please?
قالوا إنما أنت من المسحرين.
Beautiful. Well done. Again, you had a lot of elongation to do there, and you managed to do that within the one breath. So that was really, really good, mashallah. Your letters were clear, you were joining correctly, and you made sure there was a letter of elongation here, but because of the longer elongation, and you did your letter of elongation here as well, your alif mad here. So well done. Jazakumullah. Excellent. We're going to move on to the next verse. ما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا.
ما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا.
Very good. Excellent. How long do we need to say this for? Do you remember?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Excellent. Once more, and just making sure that you elongate for 2 seconds here.
إلا ما
So from here.
ما أنت إلا بشر مثلنا.
Excellent. Well done. Now, again, we have a meme here with a shadda on top. Okay, this is called a meme mushaddad, which is also a meme gunna. When we join to this, we need to hold a nasal sound for about 2 seconds. Okay, rum mithluna.
rum مثلنا.
Very good. Illa basharum mithluna.
إلا بشر مثلنا.
Very good. Excellent. Really, really good recitation. Let's complete this verse. Now, can you remember how to say this? This is one of our revision lessons today. Fa. Soft jerking. Good. Well done. Fa. Soft jerk sound. Okay. So let me recite this verse and then you have a go. Fa'ti bi ayatin in kunta minas sadiqin.
فأت بآية إن كنت من الصادقين.
Very good. Beautiful, beautiful melody in your recitation. Once more, just for that last part of the verse.
فأت بآية إن كنت من الصادقين.
Very nice recitation, G2 693. You've got a beautiful melody there. You're joining letters well. You're elongating well. Just keep up the good work. Keep practicing. And mashallah, your breath control is really good as well. So you're taking a nice deep breath in so that you can recite a whole portion of the verse in one breath. So really good. Well done. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Okay, and if we could have another student, please.
Can student G2 672 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum, G2 672.
Alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakumullah for
How are
asking.
you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakumullah for asking. Are you understanding everything in the lesson okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. So if we start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah and then we'll begin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Jazakumullah. Okay, I'm going to start from here and I'm going to recite to the end of the verse. Inshallah. Okay. قال هذه ناقة لها شرب ولكم شرب يوم معلوم. Start from here.
قال هذه ناقة لها شرب ولكم شرب يوم معلوم.
Really, really good effort. Well done. Excellent. So, you made sure you were elongating. You saw your alif mad here, you elongated. You saw your vertical fatha and your vertical kasra, and your alif mad. Again, you elongated properly. That was really, really good. So over here, with the ha here, this is a ta marbuta because it has two dots on top. So we pronounce it ta. Okay. So tullaha, tullaha. Okay. So you have to make sure that you're joining the ta to the lam. Tullaha shirbu. Okay. Again, you connected well. You did your idgham here. Shirbu. Again, make sure you have a nasal sound for about 2 seconds there as well. Okay. Shirbu walakum shirbu yawmim ma'lum. Again, we have a meme gunna here. So when we're joining this meme to this meme, we need to make a nasal sound for about 2 seconds. Mim ma'lum. Okay, have one more go.
قال هذه ناقة
G2672.
Assalamualaikum.
Sorry, your voice, I couldn't hear your voice at all at the beginning. Could you start again from the beginning, please?
قال هذه ناقة لها شرب ولكم شرب يوم معلوم.
يوم معلوم. So you're joining to the ayn here. Once more from here.
يوم معلوم.
يوم معلوم.
يوم معلوم.
Good, well done, excellent. So you did really, really well. You made sure you elongated correctly. You were joining letters correctly. So just keep practicing that, making sure you're reciting all of the letters properly and keep working on that. And you're doing really well, mashallah. Well done. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help.
Jazakumullah.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz, miss.
Yes.
Can I also do that and dua?
We will ask the discipline in charge if the co-host, if that's okay, she will call you back. Tika? Jazakumullah, thank you. Okay, so alhamdulillah, mashallah, we have completed our verses for today in our Quran recitation, and we are now going to go on to look at a couple of hard words, which we will go over together, and something that you can focus on and practice later as well. Okay, so the two hard words that we're going to be looking at today, this is the first one. Okay, so we have la wallattakhadnahu, la wallattakhadnahu. Okay, and we're going to look at how we break this down in order to say this whole word together, right? So if we could have a student on the mic that can work this through with me.
Can student G2695 come to the mic, please?
G2695, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
So we haven't had you before today, have we?
Yes, we have.
We have, yeah. Okay. Sorry, if you don't mind, we're going to choose somebody else that hasn't had it go yet. Okay? Jazakallah. Could we have a different student, please?
Yes, apologies regarding that.
No, it doesn't. No problem.
Can we have G2650? Oh, we've had this student as well. I'm so sorry. 1 second, please.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Okay, can G2 603 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum, G2 603.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm well. Jazakumullah for asking. If you start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, and then we can work through this hard word together.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done, good. So we're going to start and we're going to work through this slowly. Okay, so the first thing we have is la, la.
La,
Very good. Then we have a waw, which we need to join to the lam. Okay, there's a blank alif in the middle. We ignore that. Okay, so we say la, wal.
la, wal.
Very good. Then we're going to join the ta. Again, we have a blank alif in the middle, which we are going to ignore. La, wallat.
La, wallat.
Very good. Now we have to look at the stroke on top of the ta, which is a fatha, and we will pronounce that. Okay, la, wallatta.
La, wallatta.
And we are going to add the next two sounds or the next join, right? La, wallattakhaz.
La, wallatta kaz. Kaz.
Khaz. Khaz. Very good. And now we're doing the noon at the end here. La, wallattakhazna.
La, warra.
Okay, let's go slowly. La, wallattakhazna.
La, watta. La,
Wallatta.
khaddana. La, watta khaddana.
Okay, go slowly with me. La, wallatta.
La, wallatta.
La, wallatta.
La, wallatta.
Good. Khazna.
Khazna.
La, wallatta. Khazna.
La, wallatta khazna.
Excellent. Very good. Now we have one letter left. You need to keep the rest of it. You need to keep the rest of it together. Okay. Last letter now. We're adding this ha with a dhamma. Hu. Right. So really slowly, really carefully. La, wallatta khaznahu.
La, wallatta khaznahu.
Excellent. Really, really good, mashallah. Well done. Now, the reason that these are considered harder words is because there are so many things going on in the word. Okay, so many joins, so many strokes. Okay, so you need to really go slowly, break it down bit by bit, and then put it on 603. That was really, really lovely. Well done, mashallah. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakallah. Please can I have a turn in the endwa tomorrow? Because I've never had a turn in the endwa.
Okay, if our discipline charge could just note that down. Okay, and we'll see what happens inshallah tomorrow.
Thank you.
Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. Okay, if we could have our next student, please.
Can student G2 715 come to the mic, please?
Assalamu alaikum, G2 715. G2 715, can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Are you okay? Are you understanding everything okay today?
Yeah,
Excellent.
I
If we
think
start with Tawuz and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin the hard word.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Excellent, good. Okay, so I'm going to recite the word once, and then we'll break it down and we'll recite it together. Okay, I want you to be careful here. Remember, we've got a hamza here with a sukoon on the top. So we just looked at this in today's class, hamza with a sukoon, and we need to make a soft jerking sound when we join that. Okay, so let's have a go. Minhum al-lu'lu'u. Okay, that's the word. Let's break it down now. Okay, so the first sound, min.
Min.
Minhu.
Minhu.
Minhu mal.
Minhumal.
Good. Minhumal.
Minhumal.
Minhumallo.
Minhumallo.
Good. You have a soft jerk here. Lo.
Lo.
Minhumallo.
Minhumallo.
Minhumallo-lu.
Minhumallo.
Minhumallo-lu.
Minhumallo.
Lu'u.
Lu'u.
Very good. Minhumallo-lu'u.
Minhumallo. Lu'u.
Very good. Excellent. Well done, G2715. That was really well done with that hard word there. Jazakumullah. Thank you so much for your help. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Okay. Mashallah, everybody did really, really well today, mashallah. You went through everything really, really well. We went through the revision. We did a revision of Mad Asli. So the Huruful Mad. We did revision of Mad Leen, Huruful Leen. And we did the Hamza Sakin. Those were the rules we covered today. The practice text, we looked at chapter 26, verses 147 to 156, and everyone did that really well. In your Tilawat, we also looked at your hard words in Tilawat, those 2 words that we did at the end, okay? Again, the students said that really well, and I hope everyone was saying that as well at home. And for today's homework, I want you to practice the verses, which we covered in today's lesson. All the rules applied so far in your Tilawat, and please remember to keep practicing your Hifz chapters in your Salat as well, okay? And please do try to practice. If you found these words difficult, have a go at these at home and practice those as well, okay? Jazakumullah. So we're going to end with our final prayer. If we could have a student on the mic.
Can student G2672 come to the mic, please?
G2672. G2672.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. So I'm going to start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, and then we'll begin the prayer. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Allahumma arhamni bil-Qur'anil azim.
اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم.
Very good. And the translation?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
وَاجْعَلْهُ لِي إِمَامًا وَنُورًا وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً.
واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة. And make it for me, the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakumullah. Thank you so much, G2672, and thank you to all the students and all the parents. Sorry, we have gone a couple of minutes over today, but inshallah we will see you again tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.